It's good to see you again in VNews. I'm Bị Hằng from Hanoi with the major stories. Deputy Prime Minister Nguyen visits invalid war veterans in Hà Nam province. International workshop on East Sea opens in Ho Chi Minh City. Sơn La Province builds Buddhist administrative and culture center. Deputy Prime Minister Nguyen on July 25th visited the Duy Tiên War Invalids Sanatorium in the northern province of Hà Nam on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of War Martyrs and Invalids Day, July 27th. Deputy Prime Minister Phúc expressed his deep gratitude to war martyrs, invalid war veterans, and their relatives for their sacrifices and devotion to national liberation and construction. He stressed the party and state always remember their great contributions to the country. The Deputy Prime Minister thanked the sanatorium staff for their works and suggested them to do their utmost for the war veterans' health care and happiness. The facility is home to 60 invalid war veterans from 18 cities and provinces nationwide. The land reclamation work in the East Sea and its impacts on regional peace, security, economy and trade emerged as a key topic at an international workshop in Ho Chi Minh City on July 25th. The seminar was co-organized by the Vietnam Lawyers Association and the Ho Chi Minh City University of Law, with the participation of more than 100 experts and scholars from Russia, India, Japan, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Vietnam. In her opening remarks, Professor Mai Hồng Quỳ, rector of the Ho Chi Minh City University of Law, said the workshop aimed to clarify regulations on the land reclamation work, as being stipulated in the 1982 United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. Participations also discussed about the legal aspects of land reclamation work, islands and its impacts on regional peace, security, economy, and trade. According to experts and scholars, political view and reactions towards land reclamation work may vary, but all shared the view that the illegal construction would threaten peace, security, economy, trade, navigation and aviation freedom, as well as maritime environment of countries both in and outside the region. Sơn La Province on July 25th commenced the construction of a Buddhism administrative and culture center, the largest of its kind in the northwest of Vietnam. The center will cover about 20 hectares in Trường Sinh Ward of Sơn La City and encompass 80 facilities, including a 3-entrance gate, an administrative area, and a grand venue with a seating capacity of 20,000. It will be built in 4 phases at a total cost of over $9.3 million, mostly donated by organizations and individuals. The main hall is scheduled to be completed in 2017, while final touches to the project will be put in 2025. Most Venerable Thích Thanh Quyết, head of the executive board of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, said the center is used for Buddhism teaching, learning and practicing. The UK ranks 4th among importers of Vietnamese charfish in the EU, according to the Vietnam Association of Seafood Exporters and Producers.
By mid-June, charfish exports to the EU has hit $129.6 million, down 16.8% against the same period last year. However, exports to the UK still jumped 43%. Particularly, the growth of charfish export to the market hit a record of 97.8% during the first 5 months of this year. Currently, frozen charfish fillets account for 86% of total charfish output imported to the UK, and Vietnam is the sole supplier of charfish fillets to the market. Vietnamese charfish exports to the UK are expected to grow higher this year, thanks to stable consumption demand and reasonable import prices.
Vietnam earns nearly $879 million from exporting fruits and vegetables in the first half of this year, a 28% increase compared to the same period last year.
With this result, fruit and vegetable export turnover is likely to reach $2 billion as a number of demanding markets are opening their doors to Vietnamese agricultural products, such as Australia, the European Union, Japan, and the US. Vietnamese fruits and vegetables have been shipped to more than 40 countries and territories, with the key markets consisting of China, Japan, the US, Russia, Taiwan, the Republic of Korea, and Singapore. China remains Vietnam's top importer, accounting for more than 33% of all fruit and vegetable exports from Vietnam. Japanese authorities recently gave the go-ahead to importing Vietnamese mangoes cultivated in Xuân Lộc district in the southern province of Đông Nai. Japan is now Vietnam's second-largest fruit importer, accounting for nearly 4.8% of Vietnam's total fruit and vegetable exports. Japanese customers buy Vietnam's concentrated juice, canned fruits, and processed vegetables. The export of these agricultural products, which are considered fresh and competitively priced to new markets such as Australia, Canada, and Russia, are also increasing. According to the American Market Department under the Ministry of Industry and Trade, in order to capitalize on the U.S. taste for fresh fruits and vegetables, Vietnam has submitted a list of 11 fruit varieties to the U.S. Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service. To date, red and white flesh dragon fruits, lychee and longan have been admitted to the market.
The one-stop shop model applied at the Lao Bảo border gate in central Vietnam and the Dan Savan border gate in Laos has proved to be successful after 6 months of implementation. However, a number of bottlenecks emerged during the application of this model. Let's take a look. The customs model was officially launched at the border gates in Quang Tri province and neighboring Lao province Savannakhet in February. The model facilitates the crossing between the two countries of goods and people, since procedures only need to be completed on one side of the border. It also reduces the time spent on custom clearance and cuts costs for enterprises, while increasing the effectiveness of and collaboration between relevant agencies.
The one-stop shop model helped reduce the time spent on customs clearance procedures at the Lao Bảo International Border Gate, thus cutting costs for our business.
By June this year, the customs sub-departments at the two border gates have worked together to inspect more than 195,000 tons of goods, worth $319 million. However, a number of challenges persisted throughout the implementation of the model.
The customs authorities in Vietnam and Laos have not yet established any common inspection mechanism. This hinders us from implementing administrative procedures, while losing time of passengers and enterprises to complete the procedures. The two countries should establish a legal framework that guides the implementation of procedures based on the specific context of the Dan Savan Lao Bảo border gates.
In the near future, Quang Tri province will appeal to the government to address these challenges in order to be able to take full advantage of the model. Summer has always been the season for volunteer in Ho Chi Minh City. This year, these activities are not only supported by the city's youth, but also by young adults from other ASEAN member states. Recently, Đào Công Nguyên Street in Phú Xuân Commune, Nha Be District, has been bustling with young police trainees, local youth, and volunteers for Malaysia. The volunteer project they are working on, part of the city's Green Summer campaign, aims to improve rural roads. For the Malaysian volunteers in particular, this has been a highly interesting experience.
We are under the Education Ministry of Malaysia, and we are here to help the Vietnam people and also to learn their culture. So currently we are doing making road for the poor people over here.
Yeah, sure, it is a bit tired, but it is very helpful. We are learning lots of things. and we mix with Vietnam culture. They help us to find new things, more interest, and help to gain more experience.
Most of the Malaysian volunteers are teachers and students who embrace their volunteer work wholeheartedly in order to help local residents.
The volunteers have been working here for 3 days. They are highly enthusiastic and are happy to do any kind of task. They've been carrying cement, shoveling sand, and mixing mortar.
The
road is in a good condition now. Previously, it was rough. It got muddy when it rained and dusty when it was hot. I am very happy with the work that has been done. The road will benefit school children on their walk to class in particular.
It is late July in Ho Chi Minh City. Under the baking sun, the sweating Malaysian volunteers join hands with local youth, proving that volunteering knows no borders. When people think of Ho Chi Minh City, the country's southern economic hub, skyscrapers and high-tech lifestyle immediately come into mind. However, very few people know about a flower farming village in the city, which has been existing since the olden days.
In the face of rapid urbanization, the village has often been on the brink of falling into oblivion. However, its hard-working farmers have once again managed to make a name for the village of Go Vấp. Local artisans say the flowers and plants were first brought to Go Vấp by early settlers. The village's favorable weather and soil conditions meant that residents' hobbies soon became a lucrative source of income.
The flower village were established a long time ago. In the past, the spot I'm standing on right now was once a huge field of flowers. However, the cultivation area has shrunk due to the expansion of urban areas.
Along with other flower-growing villages such as Sa Giak in Đồng Tháp province, Chợ Lách in Bến Tre, and Đà Lạt in Lâm Đồng, Go Vấp was once a flower-growing center which supplied other localities in the southern region. After the south was liberated, more than 500 hectares of cultivation land in Go Vấp served as a green belt for Ho Chi Minh City. However, since 1990, the area has declined to less than 100 hectares, half of which is used to grow flowers and bonsai. In order to ensure a stable income, local farmers shifted towards bonsai gardening. Local farmers have traveled to western and eastern provinces as well as forests in the central region to bring back different seeds and saplings. They then dedicated years of experimenting to finding a perfect shape for the miniature trees.
The job is less physically demanding than it used to be, since we now apply technology to the cultivation of bonsai. We learn from our own experiences and those of our fellow cultivators. We also use the internet to search new farming methods.
Local soil conditions are perfect for growing daisy flowers, which are considered a symbol of Go Vấp village. Each year, a traditional new year, visitors flock to the village to buy fresh flowers picked directly in the village's gardens. A number of residents of Go Vấp village have opened florist shops, helping to keep the village's reputation and traditions alive amidst urbanization and modernization.
And that has wrapped up our daily bulletin. Thank you for tuning in and goodbye for now.